Hello and welcome to Love Island All-Stars, the morning after podcast, where myself, Amy Hart, Indiyah, Polack and David Potts pride ourselves on giving the juiciest gossip, hospitality and, of course, acts of service.
Well, we love to absolutely spoil our guests here on the podcast. Some may say even over-the-top gestures. So Marcel, Olivia, fancy a fruit platter?
I feel like Naz is back in the room with us.
I mean, this is an upgrade.
Yeah,
this is an upgrade.
Well, at least you haven't shoved me out the way this time.
Thank you.
Because I really thought it was for me.
We'll feed each other for the plot. Go on.
You're going to do it like this? One of these?
No, you feed me again.
No!
Oh, gorgeous.
Sexy.
No, we've got to go on a date first.
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, it's getting juicy already.
Today, we are joined by wonderful Olivia and Marcel, who are back with us fresh from South Africa. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
How
really
are you
good.
guys?
We loved watching you on the show. Did you enjoy it as much the second time around?
Yes, very nostalgic for me. Same villa.
Same Casey.
Yeah, same Casey, not again. But yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like it was a different experience for me because obviously, like the last time I got through to the final, but this time it was still fun. I still enjoyed it. I still got to meet a beautiful lady. No. I had a good time.
And what made you want to go into the villa again?
You know, I feel like I had a bit of a mad year last year, so I felt like I'm going to do something fun. I had a really good time when I done it the first time, so I thought, let's have some more fun. Let's do something that's going to bring you a bit of excitement. So, yeah.
My dating life got worse outside. Don't know how, because I was in about 6 couples the first time. So I just thought, do you know what? You don't get an opportunity like that to do often. I just wanted to have a good time.
Was there like a big difference between like your first time and this time?
Yes, in some senses. I feel like going in the second time, everyone knows everyone.
But it takes out that whole first week, doesn't it, where you've got to try and get to know people and remember people's names.
It's also going in there and trying to go off fresh, like pretending like you haven't seen their season, you don't have preconceived ideas.
I feel like in comparison to my first season, I feel like the first day of my first season was like a train crash anyway. So I feel like this season, it was a bit worse, but I know how to deal with that first day drama. So,
Yeah. Do you wish you'd done anything differently?
No, definitely not. I feel like my experience was how it was planned out to be. I'm very like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. The universe is coming for you.
Yeah, the universe.
The universe is on its way.
How about you, Marcel?
To be fair, I feel like I handled the majority of situations that I got put into quite well. Like, obviously, on the first day with Gabby, I feel like she got a bit annoyed by how I handled her first question about our relationship. So I feel like maybe I could handle that a little bit better. But afterwards, I feel like I got to squash everything and we got to a good place where we actually became friends again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was nice.
You could tell as well like, that the pair of you had made friends, and like even when you left, Gabby was saying to the girlies that she's sad to see you go, and it's nice that you were able to get to a place where you were friends again.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was many seasons ago when you and Gabby
Yeah, it
were
was like
together.
2017, so like 8 years.
Yeah, that's a long
So,
time. And to
long
be fair,
time.
to have to like rekindle in the villa, you wouldn't ever write that.
Yeah, no.
And that's insane to try and like squash beef after like 8 years in this tiny place.
Yeah.
And you're getting unblocked now?
I didn't realise I was blocked, but it was nice to be unblocked.
You just thought she'd left Instagram. Now, is
so
there
funny.
anything that you're going to miss most in the villa?
Yeah, just the friends I've made in there.
Yeah.
Like, my closeness with Ekin, Catherine and Elma. Like, they were so gutted when I left. I was like, why are you guys crying? But then I was like, well, if you didn't cry, I think I'd be a bit offended. Come on, give me some
Thank God
tears.
they're crying.
I was like, don't cry. Yeah, cry some more.
Stop. No, carry on.
Yeah, no, because the friendships you make in there, obviously you want to meet someone, but it's not all about meeting a partner. It's about making friendships too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you spend a lot of time, don't you? We see that, like, girlies getting ready in the little dressing room, boys are in the bedroom, all having a good chat. So I do presume that you do make some really good friendships in there. Who were your closest?
Out of the boys, it was definitely Naz and Curtis. We used to always go and have our bunch of whole boy chats and like talk about everything. And then with the girls, it was obviously like Liv. But I'm going to miss Catherine and Elma because even after the first day with me and Elma having a little bit of the red flag game was a bit tense in it. But then after that, we became actually really close in there. So I'm definitely going to miss those two girls.
So guys, any plans for meeting up afterwards?
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about all the holidays we're going on.
You can do like a friendship holiday this time, but just not Love Island.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like go
definitely.
somewhere with everyone, have a few drinks,
Yeah.
like make it like a proper like friend group holiday.
100%.
That's a good idea.
So how did you guys feel when obviously you got the text message about going home? Obviously it was a very, shocking question. Did you feel surprised? Were you expecting it? Or was it just like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason.
At first it was a bit of a shock, but then when I was processing it, I was thinking, I feel like the lead up to it kind of makes sense. I guess the public probably saw me having that conversation with Luca and then we were a bit confused. I don't know how much the public saw of us together.
Quite a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, we did see quite a bit. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I think it was clear that you guys obviously did have a connection.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that you guys were incompatible at all.
No.
Another thing
Way
the
of
great
Phill.
British public cannot vote correctly on.
No, I think it was just kind of a little bit too late. I think the episode obviously afterwards saw us making up.
Well, I mean, I guess you guys are out now. You're still compatible, still going. So I guess you'll work the way of real life and see where it takes you.
I feel like this is when the real journey starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Coming out, like we can chat with no cameras, no mics.
Get
Like,
a Nando's.
go for a
Go
Nando's,
for
get
a
some
Nando's.
chicken.
Oh,
Go to the
yeah.
football. We support the same team.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
What
Gunners,
team?
Gunners.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. I'm a big
You're not a
football
Brighton
girl.
fan.
Well, there's the controversy with that, yeah. Let me just clear this up for everyone on my TikTok. So I follow Brighton, but I support Arsenal.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they see
You
you as a
don't
bit of
have
a
to
traitor.
support where you from, do you?
No.
My brother supports Arsenal.
Really?
Where's he from?
Bolton.
It is weird, isn't it, when people
But
from...
my family have been Brighton fans forever. Like my dad's just done his 50 years of going to see Brighton games. When my brother was younger, everyone was like, why do you support Brighton? They're rubbish. Why don't you support a real team like Man United? Brighton have just beat Man United because now they're really good.
Yeah, Man
So,
United are getting relegated, I think.
It's different if your city has a team.
Yeah.
So like if your city doesn't have a football team, then you can support one of the main teams without being like a sellout. You know what I mean?
I'm
So-
getting lost in the football chat.
You're like,
I'm like, what?
the offside rule.
Back to you two. So have you got any plans for your first date?
I feel like we was actually talking about going to a game. So
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
That is like my ideal first date.
I didn't realise you were so into football, Olivia.
I really love it.
What, would you get like the
Wow.
scarves and everything?
Oh, I go with the shirt, the trousers, the cap.
Do you wear like shin pads and stuff? Or is that a bit is that
I'm
a
not
bit
getting on
much?
the pitch.
You never know. They might need someone.
Well, I can step in.
There you go then,
I've got a
babes.
mean
Get your shin
kick.
pads.
I can do top bins. Yeah. Don't worry about me.
January Blues don't know her. All I'm seeing is neon as we're finally back for another series of All-Stars full of lust, love and pre-loved fits. This week, our Islanders mixed business with pleasure at eBay's Blazer Squad party. And it wasn't just Casey and Luca's heads turning for Gabby. I was living for the sexy siren spin she added by layering a stunning pinstripe blazer from And Other Stories with a gorgeous Versace dress previously worn by Indiyah and Lana. Such a nice touch. I was also really feeling Casey's silk heat Prada shirt. Paired with those relaxed fit trousers, it was giving off-duty in the best way, perfect for a pre-love party or any night out. What can we say? Another day, another sleigh in the villa. Have you got a party or an important celebration coming up? Discover your next look on eBay, sponsors of Love Island All-Stars.
Let's get into last night's villa action. Olivia and Marcel, are you ready to get into it?
Oh, I'm
ready
so
to
Give us all your
ready.
opinions.
So
Yeah,
ready.
Let's go.
Right, let's kick off. So, last night we had some decisions to be made by our two bombshells.
So the girl I would like to steal is...
I get those goosebumps every time.
Kaz.
Boo.
Straight in.
Let me rephrase that. Last night, we saw Montel and he actually picked Kaz around the fire pit. And he did say that he'd be doing himself a disservice if he didn't pick Kaz. Now, how do we feel about that statement?
Catherine's my girl in there, innit? So I don't really, I feel like a disservice, I don't think that's the right term
Yeah.
to use, you know what I mean? Like,
I wanted him to pick Catherine.
Yeah.
However, I imagine there's a lot of pressure in the villa of people being like, oh, you know, because Kaz has had lots of chances. Catherine, oh, she's just waiting for someone to come in. She's waiting for someone to come in. But we don't like a pity kiss. We talked about this the other day.
We don't like a pity kiss.
Yeah.
Now he said about the whole disservice thing. At first I was thinking, why are you saying that? But now I'm kind of hoping that he said it because he still wants to continue with Catherine as well.
Montel asked Catherine, what was your first thought this morning? And she said, you. What was yours? was, and he was like, not having to sleep in a bed on my own tonight.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
the signs were all there,
Signals,
and we
yeah.
just did not see them.
He was ignoring them because we wanted it.
Yeah,
to be.
we wanted it. We
Yeah.
had selective hearing. We were choosing to believe what we wanted to believe.
But then I'm going to play devil's avocado here. Don't ask me what I'm thinking about first thing in the morning. And then when I tell you it's you go, good answer. Like, I feel like he was flirting a little bit there. However, it's early days. He's well within his rights to flirt.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do.
But I feel like a lot of his chat could have been saved if he knew that he wasn't going to pick Catherine around the fire pit.
But again, I don't think he knew that he was going to be having to pick someone
So
straight
soon.
away. Do you know what I mean?
Has he
it's
never
Bombshell-
watched Love
I was
Island?
just about to say, doesn't this happen every time?
No, not in the daytime, innit?
I hate to be pedantic, but it's 24 hours. And normally the bombshells come in at night. He came in the daytime. So as per the 24-hour rule,
Well,
it
they
would be
don't
the
have a
daytime.
sense of time in there.
I know.
So, in
But
his defense.
the sun is up or the sun is down.
It's day
or
or it's
night.
night. Yeah.
What do you think, Olivia? Do you have anything?
Well, I think he thought Kaz would have been vulnerable and he wanted both options. So I
First-
think he thought if he didn't pick Kaz, she'd go home.
How dare he do that to Catherine, though?
Yeah. I'm going to say, though, I really think the guys should stop all this, like, oh, you know, just because I'm picking someone, it doesn't mean I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to hear it around the fire pit.
No.
Like, pick me and keep your mouth closed.
It's definitely not something that you want to hear.
No.
Like, it isn't, because even though, of course, everyone's going to have their options open when they've just got in there, you still want to be the one that gets picked.
Yeah, for sure. And no one wants to be a second option.
No.
of course.
No.
And also for Kaz, like, he's in this lovely speech about why he's picking her, and then he's like, but as a caveat, it's not just you I like everyone. So that's not really what you want to hear when you're getting picked.
Yeah.
No.
either.
Yeah.
I mean, she was still buzzing. She was like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a tough watch.
Kaz was really excited, wasn't she, when she got picked? But Catherine, bless her, I mean, it was a little bit Anton in my series. And she looked like she was going to cry. I was very sad. Sunglasses on, Catherine. Apart from sunglasses on, what advice would you give to her, Marcel? You said you're a bit like a big brother to
Yeah,
her.
like, to be fair, like, obviously, throughout the whole situation with Naz, like, I was checking in on her, making sure she was all right, giving her a cuddle, just to let her know that she's a great girl, like, she's going to find the right guy. Obviously, now another guy's come in, I'd probably just be doing the same. And you need to comfort people when they're going through situations. And I feel like if I saw her crying, it just made it break my heart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's never nice to see your friend cry, do you know what I mean?
And now he's in a couple with Kaz. They get that extra bonus time of being in bed together at
together.
night. Being paired up. They
Yes.
play like games or challenges and stuff, and they get paired up together.
The
and
pillow talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
hard when you're trying to get to know someone and then they're in a couple with someone else.
Yeah.
They're just fast forwarding so much
Yeah.
quicker.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
the
people
bed
really
chats.
bed chats are big deals.
Massive.
Also, you have to stay loyal to your couple.
Yeah, no
Like,
spooning.
No spooning.
Spooning are a big deal. No, I just want to say, because I totally forgot, because we're all here, cuddly naps. Montel literally said to Catherine, they were sitting on the little sofa bit saying, oh, I just miss having a nap. You know, I love having a nap. And then you don't pick me.
Or
Do you
what,
like to
cuddles
cuddle?
with
yeah, he
you?
said he liked cuddly naps, didn't he? Do we like cuddly naps?
No. I don't even like sharing a bed with someone. It's too hot. I just think, get away from me.
What about you guys?
I love cuddling you, but in the heat,
Yeah,
was a bit
in the
sticky.
heat, you can't really do it. In the bedroom was aircon,
Yeah.
so it was nice. But in the heat, like daytime naps, I'm not really about it.
I like it. I'm a bit of a warrior. Like sometimes I will be hot under the blanket, but then I'll just be like, let's see how long you can go. Because I don't
Really
want to quit.
testing yourself here.
I really don't want to quit because like I really want to be here, but I'm baking. And I'm like, okay, just try and do 5 more minutes, and then I give up.
See, I'm like, as long as I've just got like something touching, like a leg or a toe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know you're there.
A bit of physical touch. Just
I love a nap, but my husband doesn't nap at all. But last year, when my little boy was a baby, I had a spray tan, and then we had a cuddly nap together. But it was the summer, and we both got quite sweaty, so Stanley ended up with a very tanned arm.
Oh dear.
And I ended up with an arm shape with no tan on it. So that taught me.
So no
that taught
more
me a
tan
lesson.
and cuddling.
No more tan and
No more time. You've learned your lesson.
Let that be a lesson to all of you.
So my decision and who I want to still is Ron.
Obviously, the other bombshell that had to pick was Harriet. She strutted in, she caused chaos, and then she had to steal. I mean, it's all a day's work for Harriet. Do we think Harriet and Ronnie are going to end up together? Discuss.
No.
I don't want them to, but I feel like it could happen for the plot.
Yeah, I think they will.
Yes, but they shouldn't.
I think Ronnie and Harriet will end up together, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens before they get back
There's
together.
going to be a journey.
Yeah.
It's going to give us a journey. We're going to get invested, and then they'll end up winning. If she'd picked him at the fire pit, boring. We don't
Yeah.
want to watch that.
No.
No.
Come in, one night of them all strutting, running around, like Ronnie herring across the villa with a face like thunder, big music in the background. We don't want one night of that.
No.
We want weeks. We want weeks. So
Every
I'm glad
night.
she picked Ron.
Yeah, me too.
Because it gives us a bit more to watch, doesn't it?
And I feel like also, Ronnie's been getting his way in the villa. Like, you know what? It is Love Island. You're there to find love and explore and stuff like that. But I feel like Harriet does owe it to herself because they have been out together. Do you know what I mean? They were on a season together. They also had time outside the villa in the real world. So for her to come back in for a second time and to pick him after one conversation, no offense.
No.
Why does he deserve that?
No,
you know?
he doesn't.
Like,
No,
she does
literally.
owe it to herself to get to know other guys. And if he wants to have a little strop about it, he can go have a little strop about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
he was
yeah.
very open, which I wasn't really expecting. I feel like you don't really see that side to Ronnie. I don't obviously,
Yeah.
you guys have lived with him, but for us, it was always very like cheeky, jokey.
Yeah.
I don't like the situation where obviously Elma's upset and all the kickoffs, but I do kind of like the kickoffs. But I don't like the fact Elma's upset. But I think it is nice though to see someone be so vulnerable, especially when it's a boy.
And I think someone like Ronnie, not even to be stereotypical, but
Yeah.
he's seen as quite a lad and
Yeah.
he calls himself Turbo
Turbo.
Ron.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
to see him be
Turbo Ron's
vulnerable,
back.
I think we were all like, oh.
Yeah.
Also, she has said that he asked her to be his girlfriend 3 times and she said no. So maybe she's not actually that interested anymore.
That's why I said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if someone asks you to be the boyfriend 3 separate occasions and you've said no,
Yeah.
then
Ballsy to ask the second time. I mean,
Yeah.
slightly embarrassing to ask the third time.
And then again in the
Yeah.
villa,
And then again in the
he's
villa.
practically begging on his knees at this
Yeah.
he literally is. And that's why I'm saying no, because I feel like she's just over it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe she just wants to play the game at the
Yeah.
moment too.
The thing that I worry about, though, is if they are going to get back together, we've just seen Elma basically be collateral damage and go through a really hard time, a hard couple of weeks, actually. I really hope that Ron isn't going to be the same now and sort of maybe be a bit of a pawn in the game
Yeah.
to make Ronnie jealous. So we'll see. But, I mean, above all, Ronnie's feelings could be really genuine. She could have come in, he's gone, I've made a massive mistake. And they could live happily ever after.
I mean, I don't think you can fake that.
No.
Like, he got so irate,
Yeah.
like, when he knew that everybody was kind of, like, getting involved and saying things that he'd apparently not said, but everyone kind of knows that he has said it.
Yeah.
So he got very defensive, and that's obviously because he cares.
Yeah.
Should we
That's
talk
actually
about
true.
showmans? Let's talk about the
Absolutely.
showmans. Do we think he's getting it on a technicality? I mean, he's a footballer. Is he getting it on the VAR?
Yeah, I think if we go to the VAR,
Yeah.
it was PR stunt.
I never
So
said it.
technically, he's
didn't
telling the
say
truth.
it.
Yeah,
because
he
he
wouldn't
didn't say
fail the lie
showman.
detector.
Oh, okay, yeah. So his
Yeah.
words weren't showmans. The words were PR stunt.
Same difference.
Definitely
He's like,
something
if
different.
he asked me PR stunt, yeah.
Yeah.
But showman's no.
I mean, that entire situation was obviously fantastic, but Ekin Sue
Yeah.
literally jumping up, being
Wow.
like, yeah, I was there. I remember when you said it.
You did say it.
When?
It was at the red flag game. At the fire pit.
What did
I remember.
Ekin, you weren't even there.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't. Why are you getting involved? You weren't even there.
Do you know what's so iconic? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The drama, like.
Absolutely.
It's very much Ekin.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Shout out Ekin, because I feel like one thing she's always going to do is have her girls back.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's literally the person you'll call and be like, quick, tell someone I'm with you. She's like, yeah, she's with me.
Oh,
Even though
yeah,
you're not there.
100%.
No, and she's the person you call for
Every
that.
day, the moment I got in there and I saw her, she said, I got your back. Any situation, I'm there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's a
me
ride or die.
too. Unless it's something really bad.
Through thick and thin, I've got you back. Dependent on what it
Unless
is.
I disappear on the terrace.
Oh, babe, I was in the beach hut. Sorry.
Jokes.
And any advice for Elma? Because she seems to be blaming herself in there.
Elma needs to remember who she is.
Yeah, definitely.
Queen.
She's a queen, she's beautiful, she's funny, and she needs to stop saying, oh yeah, maybe. No, maybe. She needs to cut this off now.
Yeah.
She's
It's
stopped
been
blaming
enough.
herself as well.
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't like that, and I hate that. And obviously, I'm not a girl, but I've got a lot of girl mates. I'm a bit of a girly myself. Just because a guy's been an idiot, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think we do tend to do that as women, though. We think, oh, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah, and I think especially if you like someone, you're going to always blame yourself because
Yeah.
it's like when you like someone so much, you want to impress them.
Yeah.
You want to make them feel good. You want to like let them know that you care. You know, when they start treating you differently, it's like, okay, well, maybe I've not done a good enough job
Yeah.
of letting
Yeah.
you know how much I like
Yeah.
you, you know?
And it's also a bit toxic sometimes, but I feel like it's, you know, when you really just want someone to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can change change them, but only they can
no,
change
you can't.
themselves.
To be fair, I feel like what Elma needed to do after the first 2 times is kind of like set boundaries.
Yeah.
But she did a lot of just accepting what Ronnie was going to do, which is annoying. So in this situation, if I was still there, I would have definitely said, just cut it.
Yeah.
Just cut it.
Yeah, Elma's such a forgiving person.
Like she said herself, like I could go on and kick and scream, but she doesn't want to do it in there. And she doesn't want to do it with someone who, quite frankly, doesn't really care about her feelings. It's a waste.
Yeah.
It's a waste of emotions.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she'll pick herself up. She's got a great group of girls and friends around her.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think slowly she's starting to realise as well, like, you know what? Maybe Ronnie isn't the one for me.
We love you, Elma.
We love you, Elma.
We love you.
Is there anyone in there for her, or do we think we need someone new to come in for her?
Someone new.
Yeah, I think we need a new Bombshell.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Someone that comes in and just treats her how she deserves to be treated.
Sweeps her off her feet.
Yeah. I think that whole first choice thing, I'll always stick by it. It's like, obviously you can speak to other people in the villa, but after a while, you don't want to start feeling like second players.
No.
You don't want to be collateral damage, and you want someone to come in and be like you straight away and just you.
But what about if Harriet and Ronnie did get back together? Then maybe Elma and Ron.
I feel
Wife
like,
swapping.
Yeah.
I actually feel like
Could
Ron
work.
actually did like Elma.
Oh, you got any inside goss to tell?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Ron, like when he first came in, the play that he was making was to kind of like disrupt Ronnie and Elma's thing, because I feel like he actually did have a little thing going on.
You were right then, because you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe it was a bit of a like,
Yeah.
when guys try and like put you off.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Sabotage, you know.
You guys have been living in the villa, you've been making friends, you've been having chats. We've been watching it all.
Yeah.
Can you tell us who you think maybe your favourite couples are, or who you think will go the distance?
I personally think Ekin and Curtis will go the distance.
Okay.
But I do think they're going to have a rocky journey.
A journey. How about you, Marcel?
When I was in there, I felt like Ekin and Curtis, they were just flowing. But like, obviously after what we saw last night, things were a bit rocky, but I feel like they're going to find their way back on track. But I feel like potentially like Luca and Grace could have something, but you got to wait and see, innit?
You got to wait and see.
Is there anyone you don't think's going to go the distance? Sorry, I'm mean cheeky.
I don't think Ronnie and Elma are going to go the distance.
Oh, that was I don't think Naz and Catherine are going to go the distance.
But they were coupled up. Oh, they are still coupled up.
They are.
Good say.
What about you, Olivia?
Look, I love Casey to bits.
Don't break our hearts.
No, I think this is a
But
good
I
one.
don't think him and Gabby.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think they go well, but I've always agreed that I think they're just two people that fancy each other.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, age isn't always everything, but I don't know if maybe, like, the age is a thing, because Gabby has mentioned that she's ready to start a family and stuff like that. And I don't know if Casey is ready to start a family. Maybe he is.
I love them together. I'm very sad.
I hope they do.
I agree with you. I'm not going to lie.
Well, the end of another packed week, and that villa is packed full of sexy singles.
Yeah,
so we've
we're-
got another week
honestly.
next week. I cannot wait. David, thank you so much for joining us this week.
you.
It's been
I've
so
loved
lovely to have you. We will miss you. But next week we are joined by the one and only Kay Kurd, friend of the podcast.
Yes.
He's back. He's back.
He's back.
Olivia and Marcel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
and we
you.
can't wait to see how
So
this all
good.
pans out for you both.
And we'll be back on Monday morning on YouTube, your favourite podcast provider, and ITVX. So, guys, we'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.